What's up, Giants fans, Hub watchers, YouTube subscribers, Twitter and Instagram followers? It's Kush back at again with another episode of the Just Chillin podcast. Philly Notion's gonna pop in soon enough. Shots everybody in the chat, so we're gonna get this Giants and Eagles talk just like we did last time. Last time was it was absolutely great. Love having the dude on. Once again, go into the description down below. His links are there. Check him out. I'm sure he's gonna pop in soon enough. Shots to everybody in here. Mets fan 11, Jaden Dawkins, Sajid, Drew, who I'm guessing is an Eagles fan, Joseph Balby, shout out to everybody in here, Nick the Wick. I see you guys have coming. You guys coming hard, and there he is. There is Philly Notion. You're going to need to scoot a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Let me get right for you, brother. You already know what it is.
Yeah, look at him wearing that Superman sweatshirt, bro.
You already know, my guy. Hold up. Let me get this angle right, because y'all already
He's trying to get this angle right. Listen, before he even starts off, y'all see how he got the Superman sweatshirt on? I got the real Superman sweatshirt on, bro. This is a Michael Strahan sweatshirt, yo. It says NY92MS. You already know. Shout out to my mom's boss. I got this today. It's a great sweater, man. This man, I got the real Superman sweatshirt on. I don't know what that fake Superman sweatshirt he got on is.
We gotta put some clarity for you, brother. You know what it is.
Yes, yo, listen, bro. You got one, we got four. That's all I gotta say. I don't even need to have the 4 rings. This man's team won 1 Super Bowl and they going crazy, bro. But do your intro, Philly Notion.
Hey, you already know what it is, my man. Hey, listen. Yeah, warm it up though. You know what time it is. You know who you are with. You know who you rocking with. It's your boy Philly Notion. Notion gang, salute. Hey, you already know the hub. Hey, Kush, man, appreciate you for bringing me on again, bro. You already know it's all love, my guy. Big salute to you. You already know. Let me get this thing right. Let's check the okay. Hold up. Hey, let's check the okay. Hey, belt check. Ring check. You already know what it is. Hey, we all the way in there, my guy. If you new to this ride, y'all know what to do. Go and check out Philly Notion and
link in the description.
Hit that subscribe. Y'all know what it is. Go hit that subscribe, because y'all know we bring Eagle flavor the whole entire time. So it's all love, gang. Appreciate you for having me here. Hey, listen, one more thing, my guy.
What's up?
You see the Superman, brother. Hey, listen, we're gonna bring him out for y'all. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is.
Look at this cap, bro.
Y'all know what it is.
Look at the cap. Look at the cap.
Listen, the fourth quarter assassin.
No. Listen, Superman's supposed to be invincible, right? Isn't Superman supposed to be invincible? Since when is Carson Wentz? And Carson Wentz is the exact opposite of invincible. See, now if you had a Boston Scott jersey, I'm gonna be like, yeah, you know what? Boston Scott does become Superman against the Giants, but Carson Wentz, no. Come on now.
Big salute, my guy. You already know what it is, man. Hey, listen, I brought y'all a little present too, brother. You know what I was bringing, brother. Oh, yeah. You see it. It's nice and dusty for y'all too. Yeah. Warm up that sweep zone. Hey, everybody in this chat, hey, eagled up. Let me see the brooms. If you ain't got a broom, spell the word broom. Yeah, I know what it is.
I just want to say, Philly Notion, it seems like the Eagles supporters don't even believe in your team, because right now the chat is all Giants, bro.
Hey, it is
all
what it
Giants.
is, brother. Give us some time, brother. We gonna flock in here. We gonna flock it in.
You better retweet the tweet and be like, hey, yo, where's the Eagles supporters at? Because they ain't here, bro. It's all Giants, my guy. Listen,
Indeed.
You know what? Let's start off real quick. We already got a question from one of the subs. Sabrina, she says, what does Philly Notion have to say about Carson Wentz this year? Give your honest opinion. I know it's been up and down year for Wentz.
No doubt. Listen, my honest opinion on Carson Wentz, listen, I hold my quarterback to high standards, and it's unacceptable. For our quarterback, honestly, to be leading the league right now in turnovers.
Wait, especially when you said that, I was surprised because I thought our quarterback for sure held that title.
Nah, bro. Nah, Carson's running away with that title right now. So right now, yes, in my opinion, his play has been completely unacceptable. But also, I can't just put that all on Carson, because I believe our coach also has a hand in that pot. Because right now, we ain't calling enough, the game plan and the things we're calling out there on that field ain't setting Carson up for no kind of success. So in my opinion, yes, Carson's playing like garbage at times right now, but he's finding ways to win. So I'm going to take that. But at the same time, yes, I expect better from my quarterback. Hey, exactly. Same thing with you, brother. Let me know.
Hey, listen, what you said is basically all I have to say about mine, because for those of you that don't remember, last time Philly Notion was there, we had a great stream, which is why I love having to do it back on. listen, Philly Notion actually said, and he's one of the only people that's not a Giants fan that was like, hey, I'll give Daniel Jones his time. I recognize that the man has like zero talent around him. So basically, what you said about Carson, I could literally say for Daniel, I'm going to keep him to a standard. His play at times have been inexcusable. He's making the same mistakes over and over again, which is inexcusable. Although what I do realize is, unlike Carson, he's not getting the wins, although 3 wins isn't that much. Like, let's be honest. But unlike Carson, he's not closing it out. The thing is, though, Daniel has been keeping us close in these games, which is why I'm like, I kind of understand, I understand the struggle. The line has been struggling up until week 8. Like, really, the line doesn't look like it's starting to click until we played the Bucks. We somehow held JPP and we somehow held Levante David. We somehow held Shaq Barrett over there to just like 1 or 2 sacks on the game. You know what I'm saying? The weapons, the Giants' weapons and the Giants' wide receiving core has probably been one of the worst in the league. And we've only been running 4 wide receivers for like the entirety of the year. So I recognize that, but I also recognize the mistakes he's making, which is why I'm like, hey, he got the rest of the year. And I've been saying this the entire time. I'm like, I'm going to judge at the end of the year. But specifically for Daniel, because he's in a position where he can't get replaced, he better do something by the time the end of the year rolls around to show us that, he's actually the quarterback that we're going to rely on. Because if he continues to make the same mistakes, which for me are staring down his number 1 wide receiver and not knowing when to throw the ball away, then it's going to be a problem.
Hey, listen, again, I'm not, of course your team is trash. I'm going to put it out there, brother. But at the same time, listen,
This
Daniel Jones.
Cap tonight, bro. Cap.
Hey, listen. 2-7 ain't cap, brother. Hey, you are.
Hey, listen, 3 wins ain't cap either, bro.
No, for real though. Hey, listen, I'm not as hard on Daniel Jones. Listen, it's only his 2nd year, brother. Like, this man done went through, several coaching changes. He ain't even got time to adjust to a coaching system. You see the flashes with Daniel Jones. Again, yes, some offseason work. The man missed the whole offseason to, have that real critical work that he needed to have, in his 2nd year. So, listen, I think there's still room to grow with Daniel Jones. Again, I'm not completely, if I was in your organization, I wouldn't just be quick to toss him out, because you look around this league, and right now, quarterback play is a premium. I mean, and I'm going to tell you right now, you can't just pick a quarterback off the tree. Go ask Dallas. So, it is what it is. I would go ahead and, continue developing Daniel Jones. In my opinion, I think he's the 2nd best quarterback in the division. Of course, behind, you already know, the 4th quarter assassin, brother. But at the same time,
I know you're always going to put your dude at the top, but I am still surprised that you put him above Dak. That you put, not Carson, that you put Daniel over Dak.
Yeah, well, as far as ceiling wise. But again, I honestly can't even like bring Dak, it's not a fair discussion now. He might not even be a Cowboy next year. So it is what it is with Dak. Honestly, we saw the talent with Dak. I'm not saying Dak was just complete, hot garbage or nothing like that completely. I mean, yeah, he showed some moments. He couldn't get the wins when he needed to. I looked at a stat. I think he only had like 1 or 2 wins against like playoff teams or something like that. I mean, so when the games count, Dak ain't showing up. So that's a problem. Hey, Carson's at least showing up when the games matter. So yes, in my opinion, I'm going to rock with Carson when the games matter. But at the same time, listen, Dak, I don't even know if he's going to be a Cowboy next year. I don't know if that's a smart business move to make for Dallas, but that ain't my problem. Them bums need to figure that nonsense out.
Shout out to Bradley. He says, Hub, can I get a year and Philly?
Yes, sir. You already know what it is, my guy.
So I saw a couple comments roll past. I just want to highlight this one real quick. The NFC is a joke. How much of this do you agree with? Do you really think the NFC is a joke? Because in my opinion, it is. The fact that us, a 2-7 team, are technically still in the race, I think that is kind of a joke.
Hey, brother, if you want to ask me, man, I'm going to tell you right now. The only reason why this division is a joke is because y'all got the 2-7 Giants in it. You got the 2-7 Cow Turds in it. And then you got the 2-6 Washington Trash Cans.
And then you got the 3-5-1, or is it 3-4-1 Eagles in the league?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we look
by
like
one game.
Locker.
By one game.
Hey, look. Hey, right now, I don't think my team is as garbage as everybody's trying to say we are. Hey, listen, we lost some close games. We lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers. We lost to the Baltimore Ravens. We tied the Bengals. I'm still salty about that game. But I ain't going to say we garbage like that. We ain't losing to just, complete bums. So It is what it is. I don't think we're complete garbage, and I think the second half of the season is going to be telling for the Eagles because we still got to face, and I know people want to be like, oh, those is losses. We got to play the Saints. We got to play the Packers. We got to play Seattle. We got Arizona in there. Listen, I think we're going to come out with some of those wins against some of those, playoff battle-tested teams, and it is what it is. I think the garbage is going to expose itself here real soon, brother.
I agree with you because I think Philly's about to collapse. Listen, I legitimately think I haven't said it yet because you know what? They honestly, for me to believe it, they got to be on top. But I do think the Giants are better than the Cowboys. We had them beat and the refs took that game from us. And especially now, we had them beat when they were at their best, when they were with Dak. When we face them week 17, I feel like the Cowboys are going to be a dead team. I feel like they're not even going to be playing. So I feel like we're better than the Cowboys. We're obviously better than Washington. We swept them. And it's the Eagles really that's holding me back. Now, I hate the Eagles. I got no respect for Eagles or their organization. But until we beat them, I'm not going to come out here and say that we're better than them. But I will say this. We played in a lot closer games than the Eagles did with a lot less talent. We were way more injured than the Eagles for the entirety of the season. And then we were just one drop catch away from beating y'all. With that being said, we better beat y'all this Sunday. We got to beat y'all this Sunday because I really do believe that we can beat y'all this Sunday. Before we get into that, though, what do you think about how the Giants played the Buccaneers? One of the best teams in the league. And honestly, that game was choked away. But the fact that we were in that position.
So you mean the Redskins?
No, the Buccaneers. Against Brady and the Buccaneers.
When Giants played against them?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So again, like with all of your games, y'all play down to the wire. I like y'all's fight that y'all are displaying right now. Again, I think it's just a matter of time for your team to start clicking. This ain't the year. I'm gonna tell you right now, y'all still finding yourselves, but definitely you can see y'all are fighting. Y'all are coming together as a team, and I think with a lot more playmakers, y'all gonna be winning some of these close games y'all play. So it is what it is. I know the Achilles heel on y'all team, which y'all scream is like so bad, but hey, I mean, I really don't. Yes, it's been some critical clutch moments, but that boy Ingram, he's got talent, brother. Any team.
No, this is where I'm gonna rebut you. Ingram doesn't have talent. He just has athleticism. There's a difference. I feel like people mix it up because coming in, Ingram was athletic, and I feel like people said, "Oh, you know what? That means he got potential." Nah, he's just athletic. I think.
Hey, listen. Somebody need to work with this man on, getting his catches right because he's clearly getting separation out there. Like you said, the athleticism is there. Yeah, maybe he needs some help with, bringing it in on them critical moments. So I'm not as, yes, we see it clear as day. That is the Achilles heel of your team. But again, like the man, if he could pick that and clean that stuff up, the sky's the limit for him. It is.
Where do you think? And I hate asking this because I don't like diving into hypotheticals that much, but it's been on my mind. What do you think we are, the Giants, if Barkley is healthy? How much different are we?
So what are y'all right now? 2-7.
2-7. We played the Rams down. We played the Rams down to 1 score. Steelers down to 1 score. Buccaneers down to 1 score. Who do we play? Obviously the Cowboys. I say it all the time. That got stolen from us. Yeah.
I mean, hypothetically, y'all could have won a lot of those games. Honestly, if y'all had Saquon in there and, kind of created, change the tempo with the run game. Saquon's an athlete. We all know that. But, right now, honestly, I think the way your team is still kind of learning themselves, I'm not going to sit here and act like y'all would have been some division world beaters. Absolutely not. I would have maybe gave y'all about maybe 4 wins around now. Mm-hmm. Maybe a 4-4.
And where are the Eagles if they have their starting offensive line and some of their starting wide receivers?
Honestly, if we had our cast of full, our full cast.
Not the starting defense. Notice I didn't say the defense because y'all got a bunch of injuries on defense, but the offense.
The offensive line. Listen, if we had a full strength offensive line right now, I could probably see us being at least having 2 more of those wins. So, and I don't think that other game would have been a tie. So I could probably
if you had to pick from the game. If you had to pick from the game. If you had to pick from the games, which games are you walking away with?
That Washington game. We definitely should have took that very first game. The Rams game, we got our behinds whooped, so dang, we ain't in that discussion. Possibly the Steelers. I think we could have took that game, but it is what it is. Our defense, was our Achilles heel in that game. And the Ravens, we could have beat the Ravens. I think if we would have had a solid O-line.
Do you really think you could have? Because listen, this is the way I look at it, and maybe I'm looking at it as an Eagles hater, because it's no secret that I am an Eagles hater. But I legitimately think the reason y'all got back into that Ravens game was because the Ravens were like playing a little bit soft towards the end.
Hey, I mean, that is what it is. They did. They started letting us back in the game. So, again, the Ravens, I'm not as high on the Ravens as everybody else may be. I'm not that highly sold on, Lamar Jackson. I think he has some accuracy issues. Again, the way to beat the Ravens, forced Lamar Jackson to throw the ball. Stop their run game. We know their run game is the leading of their team. So we just didn't get it done. Lamar Jackson acted a nut on us, and it is what it is. And, hey, listen, that's hard to contain. When you got a dual running back or a dual running game threat, you got to stop the quarterback and their running back. That's a tough challenge. And right now, the first half of the season, the Eagles team definitely wasn't ready for that.
Mm-hmm. So I got a comment here by Bradley. Shout out to Bradley. He says, Hub, I don't know if it's too early to tell, but Peppers, speaking of Jabril Peppers, our starting safety, might be Joe Judge's and Patrick Graham's safety blanket on the defense and special teams. I've noticed that a lot. Jabril Peppers, it just seems like the coaches are letting him run out there and just do whatever he wants, which part of me likes as I'm like, hey, he's somehow gained their trust. And part of me is wondering, all right, I want to know how this is going to fit in from an Eagles fan point of view, right? And I'm going to answer this question myself. What player on the Giants, because of the injuries, or maybe not even because of the injuries, just this year is surprising you with how good they are? Maybe because they get a little bit more time on the field or something. Maybe it's because they were a free agent that came in this year. But what player on the Giants is that for you? And then I'm going to give my answer for what player on the Eagles it is for me.
Definitely. If I got to say there's been a standout player on your team, or somebody that, we definitely, of course, we need to be at least aware of. And I'm not sure. I think he's still on the field for y'all. But that boy, was it Bradbury?
James Bradbury.
Yeah, he's a cornerback for y'all. So, hey, listen, I mean, he's still – and was he a draft pick? What round was he picked?
He was drafted by Dave Gettleman in Carolina, and then we signed him this offseason.
Interesting.
I think he was a second or third round pick.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, definitely he's showing flashes out there. I mean, I thought your whole cornerback group was going to be lunch meat, but it is what it is. I mean, Bradbury's been showing up. He's been out there playing hard for y'all. I'm not sure. Is he like the leader in interceptions on your team?
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Leader in interceptions, pass breakups, all of that.
I got to give it to him, man. That's a threat out there. That's a solid defensive piece to build around. So, hey, yes, I think that's the man for y'all.
Yeah, I just want to say Bradbury, in my opinion, right now is the second best corner, man-to-man corner in the league. I think the only corner ahead of him is Jair Alexander. I think we all know overall, if we're talking, overall, Stephon Gilmore's at the top. But if we're talking 2020, I think it goes Jair Alexander and then Bradbury. Here's the thing, though. What do you think about Logan Ryan? We signed him in the offseason as well. He's now starting to show up a little bit. He had the game-winning pick against Washington. And Ryan, before he came to the Giants, was already an established veteran.
Yeah, definitely. And I would say, Logan, he's another instrumental piece y'all have. Again, I think your defense is still trying to find its identity. Didn't y'all get a new defensive coordinator also?
Yes, we did. Patrick Graham.
So, I mean, this is halfway in the season right now. The team's still trying to find their defensive identity. Hey, listen, the pieces that y'all have out there, I think they're gelling, at least together with what they have. I don't think y'all are a finished product. So, similar to what I hate to compare y'all to Dallas, but, they kind of going through the same thing. They ain't got an offensive coach. They just got a new offensive coach, just got a new defensive coach. So they're still trying to find their identity. The thing
about Dallas, and I think we could both agree, is I love the fact that Dallas doesn't seem to like the new coaches. Dallas doesn't play for the coach. You said it at the beginning. We play every game down to the wire. Somehow, some way, the Giants players play for their coaches. Somehow, some way, Eagles find a way to play for Doug Peterson, even when Doug Peterson is being talked about in the tabloids and stuff like that. Like, oh, dude, like, is he the guy? Somehow, some way, these teams find a way to play for their players. I think we could both agree. Ain't nobody playing for anybody in Dallas.
Nah, brother. I think Dallas is checked out. They are driving the tank right now. That became clear and evident because I don't know if you saw or heard a little bit about the game, when they did play, but they started Garrett Gilbert and the man at least got him some momentum in the game and they were looking all right. But now I'm hearing reports that they're about to bench him and bring in Andy Dalton. So
wait, so Dalton is clear to come back in?
From what I'm hearing on other channels, I'm hearing, back and forth between, they better start, they need to start Dalton. They need to start Gilbert. I don't know who they starting, honestly, but it is what it is. They got problems over there, but that makes no sense over there in my opinion, just start the the quarterback that didn't give them nothing to now, just benching somebody with some momentum. So
I know this is going to be tough to ask because if you hate Dallas as much as I do, this is going to be really tough to ask you. But I got to ask you, if you are Dallas, if you're the Dallas Cowboys organization, what are you doing? What are you doing for the best interest of Dallas?
Right now, I'm going out there and playing still. I'm still evaluating talent, but I'm sorry. I'm personally not a fan of tanking. I don't care what team you're on. Tanking is a complete loser mentality. Like, you might as well not even go out there on the field if that's the case. That's just my thoughts on it. Again, I understand. I've been hearing a lot of this word in Dallas lately also. Organically tanking. That just means
what does
you're
that even mean?
trash.
Yeah, what does that even mean?
I guess you're just tanking because you stink so bad. Like, you can't help but to tank. So I think that might be a situation they're in. If you're purposefully tanking, that's a problem. I can't support that on no team. If you just going out there, these players get paid way too much money to just be going out there talking about they just going to tank the season away. Absolutely not. If our organization, and I'll put this on record, if our owner comes out and says something like, yeah, team, we're going to officially go about tanking, I'm turning in my fan card, brother, because I'm not about no purposefully tanking for nothing. I believe in going out there. If you stink, you stink. Go out there and try, but ain't no purposefully tanking. Absolutely.
Here's the thing, too. I don't think people realize it's hard to convince 53 guys to go out there and lose a game on purpose. It's really hard to do that. You know what I'm saying? And so, by the way, chat, once again, thank you all for coming in here. Go down to the description. Check out Philly Notion. If you guys, post any questions you want answered in the chat. I'm going to be picking on any interesting ones. If it's stuff I already answered, I'll maybe look at it quickly, but it is a live Q&A as well. So, on Philly's side, I think the players that surprised me the most, and this is more so because of injury, Travis Fulgham, he's being more consistent week by week. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody thought that, all right, he's coming onto the scene. Let's see if he could do it for an extended period of time. So far, so good. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the Eagles actually I don't think he's a number one. I still think Alshon's that number one. Maybe Fulgham's that number two type receiver, when Alshon comes back. But he's surprising me, and that's because of injuries. Somebody that's surprising me, not necessarily because of injuries, just because I think he's having a good year this year. Derek Barnett on the defensive side. Last time I checked, I don't know if he's still the sack leader, but last time I checked, he was the sack leader for Philly. I'm not sure if he still holds that. Then again, the last time I checked was like week 7-ish, so that's like 2 weeks ago. But Derek Barnett, he's having kind of a resurgent season over there on Philly. So those are two players for me that's definitely catching my eye, and I'm noticing.
Definitely. And listen, I can't dispute that. I would say our defensive end that's really making a lot of noise this year, that I do believe if he keeps up the production the way it's going, he might make a Pro Bowl this year. But I'm speaking of Brandon Graham. So
didn't Brandon Graham make a Pro Bowl in 2017?
He's never made a Pro Bowl.
Okay, but he had a Pro Bowl caliber season or so. I remember in 2017 he had a good season.
He's always had that, season to, get just enough sacks, but he's never crossed the double-digit sack mark. But he's on pace this year. And again, look, we're going to have some tough decisions to make after this year, because I don't even know if we're going to keep Brandon Graham.
Yes. Let's talk about that. Y'all are negative $60 million in cap. I know you keep saying Howie's a cap genius, but all right, I'm asking you. I'm not asking Howie Roseman. Who are you cutting or who are you trading? You got to get rid of somebody to fix this cap situation.
Hey, absolutely. Some people going to have to go in the offseason. We're going to have to clear some cap space in Philly. Yes, sir. So, look. We got some people right now that we know more than likely ain't going to be in Philly, and it hurts some of our Eagle hearts. It is what it is. But people like Zach Ertz, he might be up out of here. Alshon Jeffrey might be up out of here.
You're getting rid of your number one. Hold up. I just realized you're getting rid of both of your number one and number two targets, essentially.
They've been hurt, brother. Like, we ain't had Alshon.
Listen, I could understand Ertz because you got Goddard waiting in the wings. I still don't. I said it already. I don't think Fulgham's a number one. I think he's that number two. Do you think he's a number one?
Listen, this man was, and I got to double check the stats. I think somebody may have just overpassed him, but for like the past 4 weeks when he was playing, he was the most dominant receiver in the league. He was leading all the receivers in, yards. So yes, this man has stepped up to the stage. Carson Wentz is making him look like a number one receiver. But again, yes. We getting rid of Alshon and Deshaun more than likely after this year. And again, yes, we expect our rookies to show up. We got, the talents of Jalen Rager now. We expect things from him. We got John Hightower. Listen, we got some of these rookies we need to develop. So,
Are
yeah,
you okay? So you listed names. There's also, let's not forget, this is a pretty deep wide receiving class. But going back before you continue to guys that you're gonna get rid of, yeah, I was gonna say, are you cutting Ertz? Or are you trading Ertz? Because if you cut Ertz, I'm telling you right now, he's definitely
we
gonna be
trading
a
him,
target
brother.
for the Giants.
It ain't gonna be no kind of NFC East business at all, brother. We trading this man to the AFC. We'll send him to the Colts. How about that?
The Colts have a pretty good tight end lineup right now, though. Jack Doyle, you know what I'm saying? Come on now. Jack Doyle's always a touchdown
Ertz is
machine.
an upgrade to Jack Doyle.
He
Absolutely
is,
not.
but do the Colts need him?
Frank Reich over there will bite all over Zach Ertz.
That's true.
his
Frank Wright,
availability.
former OC for the Eagles, that Super Bowl year. So, okay, then you were saying Ertz, Alshon. Who else are you getting rid of? Because that doesn't make up 60 million.
Oh, absolutely not. No, we got Jason Peters is going to have to go.
So you already damaging your O-line more?
I mean, we won't have to hit the draft, brother. I mean, right now, look, we've got the likes of, and you may not, he's a undiscovered gem in our team. Only the Eagles know about him. Some of us had, a low confidence coming in with him, but since he's played, he's been doing all right. And his name is Jordan Mailata. Now, he's our left tackle. He also swings to our right tackle. And he's been playing pretty decent when Jason Peters has been injured, which Jason Peters, you can pretty much count on him missing games throughout the season, which he's already done. So since Jordan Mailata stepped in for Jason Peters, hey, the man's
Really,
been
I
all
just
right.
want to say this is a good point right here. There's dead cap that comes with cutting. So in an ideal world, you somehow figured out how to trade all of these dudes, but we know that's not gonna happen. This is good right here. What do you think about this?
All right, so not even considering the dead caps with the cutting. Hey, listen, brother, I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't know how, honestly, how they're gonna have to finagle this. I expect for some people to possibly consider restructuring. Carson may be in that discussion. Carson may have to restructure his contract. I don't know, but I'm gonna tell you what. I believe in Howie Roseman. Hey, he's at least okay with dealing with the cap. Where I got problems with Howie Roseman is when it comes to dealing with player personnel. So yes, put Howie in the office, let him work some cap numbers, and I guarantee it's gonna get figured out. But at the same time, yeah, we're gonna lose some tough critical pieces. I don't know if they're gonna get cut. I don't know if they're gonna get waived, or traded. I don't have a clue what that plan is. But at the same time, please believe there are going to be some people gone up over here. Please believe that.
Shout out to Joe Judge. We got the Giants head coach in the chat. This is kind of funny. If y'all remember last time Philly was here, we had Howie Roseman in the chat. We had Doug Peterson in the chat. Now we got Joe Judge in the chat this time. Thank you for the $5 super chat, man. He says, yo, Hub, Notion, what's good, man? Give me a score prediction for Sunday. And then his second question, do I think that we can land Bud Dupree in the offseason? So let's get to the first one first. Score prediction for Sunday. Now, last time I was right. We still lost to the Eagles, but I was right. I said there's no way Philly's dropping 30 on us. Philly Notion kept insisting. I was like, nah, our defense is too good. You're not dropping 30 on us. Score prediction.
All right, brother. If I got to go and bring out my score prediction, man, listen. We've had an entire bye week, right? A whole week and a half, off time to prepare just for dropping y'all off. So, if you don't mind real quick, brother, because I do just want to bring my man's comment back up in a second, because we bringing out this come Sunday.
Okay, man.
Regardless, brother, the broom's coming out. Please believe that. I think we're going to go ahead and get our 30 that we should have gotten the first game. So I'm going to call the score right now, 31-21. I'm going to give y'all 21 points, even though, listen, I expect for this to be a statement game for us. So, look, we've had a whole entire week to prepare, and from what I'm expecting from my team, this ain't even honestly about y'all. And I'm sorry it is what it is. Y'all are in the way this week. But we about to drop y'all off with 31 points to 21. And that's
all I'm going to say is I just need a bunch of cap emojis in the chat. Shout out to Yvette. He was already ahead of the curve, bro. Cap. Take off your cap, bro. I ain't never seen you in any of your videos or stream. Why don't you want to take off that cap? It's because he's always capping, bro. Somebody earlier said Philly Notion, I want to tell you I like your cut, G, but you don't take off your cap, so I can't say that. You guys know why the cap gives him powers to just cap in here. 31-21, no. Listen, I'm going to say the same thing I said last time I had him on here. I ain't going to say a win, but you're still not dropping 30 on us. At most, Philadelphia is probably going to drop like 24 points on the Giants, and it's still going to be a one-possession game, maybe something like 24-21. Hey, if we somehow win magically, if there's a miracle and the Giants somehow come away with a win here, I think we win something like maybe 21-17. Because for us to win, we're gonna have to hold down the giant killer Boston Scott. You know, y'all got two giant killers there right now, Boston Scott and wow, his name is actually slipping my mind, Deshaun Jackson. He was held down last time. Now we got to hold down both of them.
So let me give you real quick. Because you need to know, brother. And this is why I feel kind of sorry for your team, because y'all about to get dropped off. So listen, this week, Deshaun Jackson's injured, right? He got injured. He got, I believe, hurt. Was it? I don't know if it was y'all's game or not. Somebody gave some dirty hit to him that took him out the game for like 6 to 8 weeks. So we ain't seeing Deshaun Jackson this week.
Oh, so bro, all we gotta do is hold on Boston Scott.
Hey, y'all ain't gonna see Boston really. Y'all might see a little bit of Boston, but Miles Sanders is coming back.
This sounds weird, Philly, and you're definitely gonna think that I'm capping. But I have more confidence in the Giants holding down Miles Sanders than Boston Scott, because we can't hold him down. We straight up can't, but I think we can hold down Miles Sanders. It makes no sense, but it is what it is. Shout out to OGR Sports in the house, man. Thank you so much, OGR Giants creator. Go check him out for the $5 super chat. All he says is a simple "what's good, guys."
Yes, sir. My guy, OGR. Big salute, bro.
So here's the thing. I'm going to ask you as an Eagles fan, because I think Boston does have a little bit, of skill set that Miles doesn't. Where do you think it lies? I think it's kind of simple. He's just a lot more agile than Miles is.
So when you're comparing, who is it, Boston to Miles, would you say? Is that
Boston to Miles.
So yeah, Boston, I mean, he's a smaller stature, right? Like he's kind of got the Darren Sproles, you can't see this man in the hole. So
I want to say that's a pretty good comparison. Darren Sproles,
I mean, that's pretty much who he is in comparison to our team. He's our Darren Sproles replacement, if you would say. Miles is our disputed number one back. He's going to do everything. He's got the agility. He's got the power. Boston Scott, he's just a quick, shifty back. He can catch out the backfield also. So, hey, listen, we probably going to use them both. Please believe, yes, we had success with Boston Scott with y'all, so I expect to see him in the game. Mm-hmm. But I do believe it's going to be more or less, a heavy dose, I would say, of Miles Sanders this game, which, again, hey, listen, I think Miles Sanders is about to act a nut this game on y'all. So, hey, it's going to be
his return game? Is this his return game?
This is his return game.
All right, before I comment on the Miles Sanders thing, you're right, Joe Judge. My bad, bro. I forgot to answer his Bud Dupree question. So he was asking, do I think we could get Bud Dupree in the offseason? Listen, I would love to get Bud Dupree in the offseason. One of the main things the Giants need to finish that defense, and even Philly said it earlier, the defense is coming along. It needs to be finished. And I love that word because I don't think it needs to be fixed. It just needs to be finished. Bud Dupree would be one of those finishing pieces. Problem is, I don't know if we got the money for him. Now, we're not negative $60 million cap like the Eagles are, but we ain't got much cap at all. We only have about $22 million cap next year. Bud Dupree's going to be asking for probably 20, and that's obviously not realistic. I would love to get him on because he would add so much to this defense right now. I mean, real quick, I know it's sidetracked, but because the question came up, what do you think about Leonard Williams this year? He's leading our team in sacks, 5 sacks. He's on pace for 10+.
Hey, I got to say to man, listen, y'all are stepping it up. Again, I think y'all are finding your way on defense. I think Leonard Williams, what y'all picked him up from, what was it, the Jets, right?
Yeah, we traded last season for him.
Hey, that was a good pickup. That was a darn good pickup. So, right now, I think he's going to, continue. As long as y'all continue to build around your line, that's going to do nothing but help that man out. So, yes, I think your line is going to come together eventually. Again, y'all are putting the right pieces in place. Again, I give y'all for being the second place in this division, brother, because y'all are definitely fighting right now. But, hey, listen, I still think y'all got a ways to go. Y'all got a couple more pieces y'all got to fit in before y'all are truly competing and, actually making some noise in the division. You know what I'm talking about.
So real quick, TSVI, I hope you're right about this because I come into my mind now. We do have a lot of one-year contracts. I'm not sure if it's going to be about 58 mil. In that case, I'm a lot more happy. Shout out to Danny Thomas for the $5 super chat. He says he doubts that the Eagles put up 30 points. How about 24-21? I think Sanders and Scott will be bottled up, though, and we need to re-sign Williams. So if Sanders, let's entertain this idea. If somehow Sanders and Scott is bottled up, that means Carson Wentz beats us, or does that mean that your defense beats us?
Oh, absolutely. I still believe Carson Wentz is going to beat you in this game. And the reason why I believe that, last game I believe he threw for like 350 something, 350 yards. I expect Carson's going to probably put up about 300 yards this game also. I do feel as though our coaching staff, again, doesn't call enough run plays to put us in success. Now, I hope that changes this game. I hope Miles Sanders has over 100 rushing yards and Carson ain't got to throw the ball so much. But knowing my coach and this team's tendencies, we usually abandon the run after the first half and it becomes non-existent the second half. So if that tendency continues, hey, it's going to have to be on Carson to beat y'all.
Okay. Shout out to Word in the chat. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. He says, was good, Kush. And then he says, by the way, Philly Notion got good vibes. He said it earlier in the chat too. I highlighted it. He's like, listen, bro, I mess with Philly Notion. So you got a new fan in Word, man.
Yes, sir.
By the way, is this true? Fly Eagles TV says Jalen Reagor is back. And if it is true, give me your thoughts on that. And then give me your thoughts on the guy himself.
Oh, yes. Yeah, Jalen Reagor is back. He was out for a little bit. I believe he actually returned last game before we had our bye. But I believe he had a thumb. He broke his thumb of some sort. So he's recovering. Hey, listen, after this bye, I think we're getting a lot of people healthy. So Jalen Reagor, yes, he's a rookie, but he's finding his chemistry with Carson. And I think that's going to do nothing but continue to grow. So, hey, Jalen Reagor, I believe, has tremendous talent. And we're about to see some of that this second half. Beginning with y'all on Sunday. Yes, sir.
What do you have to say to this? David A.V., one of my best supporters, he says, but the Eagles only put up 16 points on the Cowboys' trash defense. You can't defend this because that defense is trash.
Hey, I can't even knock that, brother. Listen, hey, we only put up, like you said, 16 points on offense. It was a problem. Carson had 4 turnovers. That game was complete garbage. And I'm hoping what the Eagles coaching staff did during this bye week is play that tape over and over for Carson. And hopefully, look, we know Carson right now is leading this league in turnovers. But last year, the man only had 7 throughout the whole year. So, look, I expect for Carson this second half to get his act together. Hopefully, some of this downtime is getting his mind right. And I expect a resurgence from Carson this second half.
How do you feel about this? The Eagles y'all did take Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson and Chase Claypool. The 2 guys right now who are undoubtedly the best wide receivers out of that class. How you feel, man? How can you imagine if y'all had Justin Jefferson or Chase Claypool?
Hey, listen, extreme talents. I can't even knock that. I wish I had a crystal ball to say that there was both going to be, the electric talents of the league.
How good do you think Reagor is going to be? How good do you think?
Yeah, so I'm not even knocking Reagor because I think Reagor, he's just been injured. We haven't really gotten to see, the true talent of Reagor yet. Of course, our O-line's been, decimated. Carson's still trying to, he's playing against Carson out there. Carson needs to find himself. He needs to clean up on these turnovers. But I think Jalen Reagor, he's going to be an extreme talent in this league. It's just going to be a matter of time. So, hey, look, with the pick situation, I'm not going to sit here and say I was jumping high up and down for, Jalen Reagor to get picked. But I understand the pick. And he fits our system, in my opinion, more than Jefferson did or Claypool did at the time of our thinking. Because, again, we didn't have no speed. So that was our Achilles heel. We didn't have nobody to stretch the top off. Both of those players are more or less like possession, go up and get the ball. No, we needed speed, so I understand the pick.
Shout out Danny Thomas once again for the $2 super chat. He says, watch Austin Mack go off on the Eagles defense. Now, do you know who Austin Mack is? But quick yes or no, that if I'm going to give a quick context.
Nah, bro. It sounds like you're on a practice order. You just came off a bench or something.
Austin Mack? Exactly. Austin Mack was somebody that was on a practice squad. He finally got playing time. Like last week wasn't his first time getting playing time. It was just his first time he's actually getting major snaps. Man got on 4 receptions, 72 yards, right? Ain't nobody expected that. And that was against Washington, who has the number 1 pass defense in the NFL. That might surprise you. I don't know if you knew that. Washington football team has the number 1 pass defense in the NFL. And Austin Mack, this dude off the practice squad, got 72 yards on them. Listen, if Austin Mack goes off, I'm going to be happy. I'll be happy. But just like how you're talking about a guy like Jalen Reagor, obviously Travis Fulgham, what do you think? Can Austin Mack be our Travis Fulgham just coming out of nowhere?
Y'all got Danny Jones as your quarterback right now. Listen, I don't see it happening. Not right now. Not right now. Not right now. But again, I mean, it is what, I think a lot of this stuff right now, again, y'all are trying to find y'all's offensive plays. How often does Danny's been throwing the ball down the field, I must say. But at the same time, like, I think Danny is still developing. He ain't got, I guess, the platform right now, or I believe that he's going to just make Austin Mack a practice squad player, some kind of a great. I don't see that in Daniel Jones' DNA yet. Until I do, I'm saying negative. So y'all put him in.
To kind of rebut that a little bit, he did make Darius Slayton a 5th-round pick last year look great.
Okay. I mean, that's true. But again, he's still got what? Darius Slayton right now, correct?
Yeah.
Y'all looking like 2-7 trash right now. So I'm just going to put it out there that right now, Danny's still learning. Again, I think that right now, he needs better talent than that. Y'all need to put a wide receiver core, some true talent around this man. I think y'all could do better than Sterling Shepard. Hasn't he been injured? And I mean, y'all got to get some solid pieces in y'all.
Listen, even though Philly Notion
has solid number one,
even though Philly Notion has been capping for most of the night, I agree with what he's saying here. I think we do need better wide receiver talent around him. And I will say this. The wide receiver core that we're going to be rolling in this week is definitely much improved from the wide receiving core we rolled in with when we played y'all last time. That we're going to see how that turns out. But this is probably, and it's sad to say, now going into week 9 or week 10, is it? Now we're finally hitting with a wide receiving core that's respectable. You know what I'm saying? Now we have Shepard, Slayton, Tate, our top 3. And then behind him, we got Mack. Behind him, we got potentially Corey Coleman that might be elevated. Potentially Derek Dillon. Just not a CJ Board, not a Damian Ratley, not guys that are legitimately just practice squad players. So I do agree with you. And Dante Pettis as well, who we picked off the 49ers. I'm pretty sure he's going to be seeing some game time this week as well. Real quick to AJ Marshall, Philly Notion, who's your favorite player on the team?
So, and I'm assuming you're talking about the team of greatness, brother.
Yeah, no, he's talking about the Eagles. He's talking about the Eagles.
Listen, you already know. Look, my favorite player, unfortunately, right now, he's injured. But it's Deshaun Jackson. That's my favorite player. But again, I don't think my team used him right this year. We set this man up to get hurt, and it is what it is. But, hey, listen, that's my favorite player. I still stick by it. I hope he returns at the end of the season while we on a quest for another one of these, my guy. You already know.
Now, last time you said this was probably the biggest cap last time. You said the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl. You still believe that? I see you laughing. I know it's cap.
Absolutely, brother. What you time out?
You capping, bro. You capping.
It ain't cap, brother. I'm going to tell you why.
Listen, let me get a bunch of cap emojis.
It starts with making the playoffs, winning your division. You got to give yourself a shot, right? Hey, listen, once we get that shot, yes, I believe that we can knock off possibly one of these wild card teams. I hope we see the Bears because I want to go and shut this whole Nick Foles nonsense down. So I would love to see that matchup. I think we could drop the Bucs off if they're a wild card team. There's a lot of teams that if they come in as a wild card, hey, listen, we could drop them off. So all it starts with is a chance to get into the dance. And after we get in there and warm it up, yes, sir. Hey, you already know, Super Bowl, here we come. So it's possible, my brother, and I believe it all the way. You already know.
Nah, I'm sorry, bro. You said you want the Bears. Listen, the Bears got your guy, Nick Foles, over there. And he looking good from time to time. The Bears, if y'all get him, they might actually come out and make y'all get that first-round exit. Don't be sleeping on the Bears now. Come on now. They got your guy over there. What you think about that?
Hey, if that's the matchup, man, you already know, man. Carson, we trust. Foles is going to have to take that L that game. Again, salute to the legend, Foles. I ain't knocking Foles. We know we got a statue out in the front of our building with Foles on it. But at the same time, if that's the matchup, Foles going to have to go and take that L. It is what it is.
It's Philly Notion talking about the same Eagles team that almost lost to Dallas.
Hey, listen. Yes, sir, I am. Hey, that game was a fluke. Hey, you mean to tell me Carson Wentz had 4 turnovers in that game and we still won? That was like one of the worst games of Carson's career. Hey, listen. Yes, that game was a fluke. We're going to get it cleaned up. Second half on the way, starting with y'all, and we bringing out the broom. Y'all know what it is.
All I'm going to say is all of this cap that is coming out of Philly Notion's mouth right now, it is making me a little bit more confident. It's igniting the fuel inside of me here. I really want to say that we about to whoop the Eagles, but I can't because we haven't done it in a long time. And I said all the time, we beat Washington just like the Eagles beat us. No matter how bad we are, we will beat Washington. No matter how bad the Eagles are, they find a way to beat us. So
Hey.
I'm hoping the curse gets broken. But hey, listen.
It's looking like a little bit of deja vu, brother, because last time I think we played y'all was just coming off of y'all's little feel-good feeling from beating the Washington trash cans. So y'all beat them, I think, by it was a point, and then we had to come here. We handled y'all up. You know, we took care of that. And then now what? Y'all just beat Washington again. So now I'm hearing all this overconfidence, and I'm even hearing some of y'all talk about playoffs. What? At 2-7? No, this division is ours. The Eagles are taking it. Y'all are at it.
Okay. With you saying that means you agree that this division is the Eagles to lose.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm going to tell you right now, I hold my team fully accountable. If we lose this lead and we somehow find a way to, find a backseat to either y'all or the Giants or Washington, yes, I expect for there to be some firings up in Philly. It's going to be exactly what it is. There's going to be a cleaning the house. So, yes, this is our division to lose. Our expectations for this team are up here. We ain't on that tank business thought mind track. We're trying to win this division.
All right, bro. Bradley got 2 words for you. Andrew Thomas. What do you think about Andrew Thomas? He's been improving. Once again, just like I said earlier, since the Bucs game, the line has really started clicking. Since the Bucs game, Andrew Thomas has been graded as one of the best offensive linemen in the league.
Hey, listen. I'm going to say he's coming along. He's looking good. Like, y'all are finding the correct stable pieces on your line. Y'all ain't going to do nothing but get better. The best thing y'all did was get rid of, what was his name? Nate Solder, I think was his name.
Yeah, he opted out. That was the best thing that happened to us. We didn't even get rid of him. He just opted out.
Well, yes, y'all need to get, like, when that signing happened, I looked at that signing and was like, that is terrible. So, yeah. I think that's what. Look, y'all are still finding pieces on your line. So, look, right now, the man's looking decent. But again, I got to see how y'all kind of come together the remainder of this season before, elevate y'all to saying y'all have like a top tier O line or anything like that. But again, y'all are at least going out there and showing that fight within this division. That's good to see. So y'all ain't laying down like Dallas, which again we respect y'all for that. But at the same time, listen. Y'all's O-line is about to catch this work Sunday. Our D-line about to destroy that man.
Hey, didn't your D-line barely touch our quarterback last time we played? Didn't your D-line struggle to get a sack? They was getting pressure, but they were struggling.
Brother, I think we touched Danny a couple times. A couple
of times for the team that, is top 5 in sacks in the NFL at the time is not that good.
Hey, brother, we are leading the league in sacks. I believe we...
Right now, you're
about to make me pull up the stats on that game.
Did you guys overtake the Pittsburgh Steelers? You overtook the Steelers.
Okay. No, we're in second place. We in second place with the Steelers. We ain't Steelers got the lead with the most sacks. We got, I think, like 32.
Against the Steelers, because all season it's been you guys, the Steelers, and the Bucs.
Yeah.
Against the Steelers, let me pull up the stats right now. So Giants versus
we touched Danny with. I know our line touched Danny some. Because didn't he fumble it in that game too?
So here's the thing, right? Against the Steelers got 3 sacks against us, right? Okay. That was one of the teams that's been leading the league in sacks. They only got 3 against us. You know what? I feel like only might be a wrong word. So the Steelers, they did get us. Against the Eagles, and it's showing me the wrong Eagles game here, so I have to go into the Giants.
How many we get, brother?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now. Eagles. Against the Eagles, y'all got 1, 2, 3 sacks against us.
Right? 3 times.
3 sacks against us. Against the Bucs, when we went up against the Bucs, they were leading the NFL. They got 1, 2, 3 sacks. It's 3 sacks all around, right? Okay. So it's not like y'all been killing us when it comes to the O-line. And like I said, I think our O-line's improved. So do you think your D-line has improved since then, or what's happening?
Yes, absolutely. I think our D-line is the reason why we're winning this division. So right now, listen, we are leading, or not leading, but we're second behind the Steelers right now in sacks. So, hey, yes, our D-line is doing what they need to do. I still, we saw it in the game. There's still moments where we have hiccups in the game. Like when Daniel Jones broke that 80-yard run off us.
Now you want to talk? Okay, listen, everybody clowns him because he did trip. I mean, but the reason I don't clown is because I'm like, I didn't know he had that speed. The stat came out. He was faster than Lamar and faster than Tyreek Hill on that run.
the man has some wheels on that play. I ain't gonna lie. I thought that one was to the house. But again, look, the man got kind of concerned about what was behind him. And I think when
you could tell, right? Yeah, like in the replay, you could see him.
Yeah, he was like, all right, hold up, and then, he lost it. But, hey, look, again, Daniel Jones, he at least has that recognition. If he sees a hole, he's hitting it. So I can respect that. We need to keep eyes on that because, again, our D-line, our goal is we crashing in, we going after your quarterback. So if y'all open up a hole and Daniel Jones finds something to run through, we saw exactly what happened. We can't get gashed.
So this is a question for Football Talk. He says, Philly Notion, are you one of those people who still thinks the Eagles are going to get some sort of superstars? I'm guessing he's talking about in the offseason.
You know what? This offseason, I expect for us, I'm not going to necessarily say superstars because I think we're going more or less towards the draft. We're more or less putting confidence in some of these young players we're picking up. So when you say superstar, I don't think it's going to be a superstar that's established. Now, we got some players in this draft, like, what's that it's like a receiver. I think his name's like Waddle or something. Like
Jalen Waddle.
Yeah, like I think he's going to be a monster. Of course, we don't need to be touching no kind of quarterbacks. Linebackers, I need to check out what these linebackers are looking like.
Y'all been needing to check out the linebackers since like 2014.
Facts. I ain't even going to knock on that, brother, because, our linebackers, that's another weakness. If y'all can, right now, I ain't going to say it's really a weakness too much anymore because the person who we've been wanting out of the game, his name is Nate Gary. He's actually, I believe, on IR. So he's not even in the game. And since we've got a guy named TJ Edwards now in, he's been at least holding that part down. So we got to see how it all works out. But yes, I still want some linebackers also. But superstars, I don't know if they're going to really break pockets for that. Because like my guy, the Hub, was saying, we got cap issues. So I think we're going to go cheap.
That's the thing. Do you even go cheap? Can you sign anybody? I don't know how this works out. How does it work out when a team is in negative cap? Can you still even sign anybody, even if it's like a cheap one-year deal? Is that still possible?
That's a great question, brother. I don't know how they, like what the limitations of that are, but I mean, I would think that before you could start signing people, you got to make some cap space. You can't just be signing people, if you got some negative numbers, brother.
Yeah.
So, I think you got to make the room for the cap space. Again, I ain't got no facts on this, but again, I think you would have to clear.
I just give Philly Notion an idea for his next video.
Cap reduction.
Shout out to Drip Giants in the chat. He says, imagine paying your quarterback $40 million a year to turn over the ball 4 times against the worst defense in the NFL. And you know what? Shout out to Notion. He says he does hold Carson responsible. He said it's unacceptable that he leads the league right now in that.
Oh, absolutely, brother. When you got a quarterback that's throwing only 7, interceptions per year, that was his average for like the past 2 or 3 years. And now he's leading the league in turnovers. That is alarming. And some of that, again, we know I put some of that on Carson, but I don't put all of it on Carson. A lot of it I put on our coaching staff and not putting him in position to even succeed. So, hey, it is what it is. When you got that kind of mess, you're going to get what you're going to get, a 4 interception kind of a night.
And by the way, Joseph Balby says, watch the Giants when the Hub pulls up to Notion's channel. For those of you that don't know, just like the last time, I will be on Philly Notion's channel for the recap.
Yes,
I was a man of my word. We lost and I still pulled up because, hey, man, if I say I'm pulling up, I'm pulling up. I would love for it to be this, bro. What do you eat? Yo, in this fantasy world, if we somehow win and I pull up, bro, what's the mood, bro?
Hey, bro, I'm going to let you have to drive that one because I'm going to be in my feelings, brother. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to probably have a sign out here saying fire somebody. So, yeah, please believe, brother, if y'all come in with the win, hey, listen, yeah, it's going to be lit on my channel. So y'all know what to do. Go and check me out. Go hit that subscribe. But at the same time, yeah, it's going to be a gloomy day, brother. And I'm going to tell you, hey, look, it's going to be the fire somebody campaign. That's how it's going to be rocking.
Who is it going to be? Is it the coach? Is it Howie? Like, who's going to be at that point?
It might be a coordinator, honestly. I don't know. I'm thinking it's going to be somebody on the offensive staff. Because, again, I expect with this team having the amount of time that they've had off to script for this game, this is a rivalry game. We know what's on the line. If we come out looking stagnant for a half or kind of similar to what we did against y'all last time where y'all take a lead on us and our offense looks stale, oh, yeah, it's going to be somebody on the offensive side of the ball.
So even if you do win, but that first half is just trash, you're still trying to get somebody out of here.
I mean, You said if say that again. You said if we trash in the first half.
If you're trash in the first half, completely stale, the defense is not working, the offense is not working, but then somehow you get to go in the second, are you still firing somebody?
Yeah, and the only thing that would save that is winning the game. So yeah, I mean, yeah, we still gonna be looking at it, but a win clears all that. Y'all know what it is. Winning clears and heals everything. As garbage as you played.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying? You could throw 8 interceptions in a game, but if you win that game, hey, listen, lick your wounds. Yeah, you stunk it up, but you won the game. So look, that's all I want is a win by any means necessary. But at the same time, yes, if we look like garbage, our offense looks stale, we ain't coming out scoring points and we lose, oh yes, it's going to be firing somebody, I believe, up in Philly.
By the way, shout out to Joseph. Once again, this is a Michael Strahan sweater. Thank you. He says he messes with the fit. I didn't even know Michael Strahan had or made sweaters. It says New York 92 Michael Strahan. I don't know what the X is for.
Fresh, bruh.
I don't know what it is. Hey, God, just today, man. Thank you. Now, here's a good point. I think this goes for both the Giants and the Eagles. This guy is an alt account of me. We got a burner account here. One of my subs made it. This is my actual personal account name. He says, fire the trainer, fam. The whole Eagles team on IR every year. And the same could be said for the Giants. What do you think about that?
Listen, I can't even say fire everybody because we just fired and we just got a new medical staff.
What about the trainers, though?
I mean, some of this stuff, okay, you know, we might have to take a look at it, but I ain't going to sit here and say it's just the trainers. Again, I put a lot of this season right now. Look, we all went through it. Injuries are high in this league this year because of, you know, the pandemic, all this stuff. No off season, ain't nobody getting in shape. So yeah, there's a lot of injuries this year. So, you know, it is what it is. I ain't gonna put it on our training staff this year. They're gonna get a pass just because of the conditions we living with this year.
Exactly, and this is a good point here. This is why I was agreeing with Notion here. That's literally what happened to the Eagles. Nobody cared about Wentz and his turnover problems because they won, but they suck now. So that's why everybody cares. I mean, you can't deny that. It's because y'all are losing that is being so, you know, magnified by everybody, by fans, by the media, by guys like me and you. It's because they're losing.
Again, you know, that's one of the things. And right now, we're quietly. Nobody wants to really recognize it. And I know it hasn't been pretty, but the Eagles are on a 2-game win streak. So, listen, we expect to go ahead and boost that up to 3 after we handle this business Sunday. So, look, yes, it is what it is. The wins that we've been getting have been garbage with Carson throwing 4 picks. But at the end of the day, a W is a W, and we're going to take that all the way to these playoffs that we're trying to get to.
Shout out to Giants Being Sports, one of my members. Says, how many picks is Wentz throwing this week? How many picks he throwing this week, man?
All right, so
you gave respect to Bradbury.
I'm gonna give all fairness to Carson, right? I think he's gonna be due for at least 1. I think he's throwing 1. I don't think it's getting crazy. I don't know when the situation will be. I hope it ain't no clutch moment. But I do see Carson. The rate he's been throwing picks, he's probably gonna give up 1. So I think, though, however, one thing that I do think is going to be cleaned up from Carson this week, which you ain't going to see,
fumbles?
Is going to be any fumbles. So he's been fumbling the ball up some too, but I think ball security, him holding on to the ball, has been highlighted during this bye week, or it better have. Let's go put it like that. But at the same time, look, I think he's going to clean that up, but he's probably going to cough up a pick. And I'd like to know your thoughts. Hey, you know Danny trash can about the good. Danny fumbles.
Y'all see now, this is why I tell y'all never trust an Eagles fans. I hate Eagles fans. Even the one Eagles fan that I respect, Philly Notion, ain't got no respect for my quarterback, Danny Dimes, bro. This man right here, I could have called this man Wheelchair Wentz, although it baffles me that this man is still healthy. All I'm going to say is I never condone. I'm not Greg Williams, I never condone injuring a person on purpose. But somehow, some way, Dak broke his leg against us. Somehow, some way, Kyle Allen broke his leg against us. Somehow, some way, Carson Wentz break his leg against us. That's all I'm saying.
I'm asleep.
Hey, pulled up yet?
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, man. Look, Carson, right now, I think he's gonna be fully aware of that. We know y'all coming out there trying to take quarterbacks out, so I think Carson, he's gonna be doing just enough moving to keep y'all off balance. And yeah, y'all ain't touching Carson this game. Y'all might get maybe.
Whoa! You said we're not touching him.
Y'all might get a couple sacks.
I was about to say,
Y'all
because
at least maybe
while
two.
Eagles, you guys are second in sacks, the Giants are right behind y'all. I think we're like sixth or something in sacks in the league.
Okay.
So we ain't that far off. We ain't that far off, and it's surprising me because every time I go, I'll be honest with you. Every time I'm going to a game, I'm like, all right, this defense is gonna start to suck eventually, and it doesn't. It finds a way. I don't know how. Shout out to Calvin. He's actually an Arizona fan, so an impartial party here. He says, "Hey, Philly Notion, you're playing the Browns in their house soon. What's your team's chances against Mayfield and why?"
So okay, that's an early look. I know we got the Cleveland Browns coming up, after this game, which I mean, I think they can be touched. It is what it is. I don't see the Browns as really being no threat. I mean, y'all just lost Odell Beckham, my man in this picture right here. So look, I don't see it happening. I think we're gonna end up beating the Browns. Yeah, I know y'all beat Dallas, but hey, we ain't Dallas, and I think we're getting some of our issues fixed during this bye week. So yes, I expect the Browns game. That's gonna be a loss for them Browns. I don't know yet what the score is gonna be. I got to see how this Giants game plays out. I got to see, we know what we hope for that don't happen after the game, which my man over here talking about some injuries. Oh no, we can't.
Listen, I am not Greg Williams. I will never condone it. If it happens, I'm not gonna be like sad or anything though. If it does happen,
nah, but for real, like if something crazy happened, then yeah, we're gonna have to talk about all that. But at the same time, yeah, I expect for this team to drop the Browns off. That's how we rocking it.
shout out to Danny Thomas once again. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. He says Wentz is a walking injury. Prep the wheelchair. You know what? We've been joking about it, but what are you thinking? How has he been able to stay healthy this year? Because if anything, with the injured line, with the injuries all around, you got to be thinking, damn, out of all the years he chooses to be healthy, it's this one.
Yeah, well, I mean, the man came in this offseason looking like, baby Incredible Hulk. So I think, honestly, that has something to do with some of his interceptions he's throwing. I don't know if y'all saw any of Carson Wentz's offseason pictures, but this man came walking into the offseason, pretty swelled up. So, look, I know he got like a new gym set up at his house and everything. He's been on the weights, which is clearly evident, which might be affecting some of his throws, honestly. I don't know. But, hey, I think some of that's contributed to him staying healthy. As we saw last year, hey, we need to stop talking about it. Look, the man played 16 games last year. Yeah, he was knocked out in the playoffs due to a dirty hit. This year, look, he's on track to, finishing out this season. We're going to see how it rocks. But at the same time, listen, Carson has gotten, he's addressed his injury concern issue. And I think, as long as he continues to just try to, listen, a lot of his injuries were flukes, my guy. Like, the injury that he had against the Rams with him diving into the end zone to score a touchdown. I mean, the man it just so happened to be they flew into his leg and he tore his ACL. But he came in on the next play, heart of a soldier, and threw a touchdown on a torn ACL. So, hey, listen, again, next year, I believe it was like his back or something. So some of these injuries are flukes to me. I just think that he's gotten more of a, recovery with his ACL. Now he's, got a new training staff, kind of working with him, a new gym set up at home. So I believe, yeah, that's contributing to him staying healthy this year.
So there's a question for you. He says, do you think Dante Pettis will make any plays against the Eagles? He's one of the wide receivers we picked up and will be playing this game.
Hey, I sure hope not. But I'm going to tell you what, if Daniel Jones is throwing it to the slide of Darius Slay, that ain't happening. So y'all's best way to get success throwing the ball on us is going to have to be to the other side of the field that ain't got Darius Slay on it. Because
I mean, let's be honest. Other than Darius Slay, who do you guys actually have in the secondary? I think it's just Darius Slay and that's it. Am I not looking deep enough, or is Darius Slay the only legitimate threat?
So, I mean, he's, I would say, our most consistent cornerback that we got on the team. I mean, we got some other rotational players, which, I mean, we got like Avonte Maddox. We've been playing, Nickel Roby-Coleman. We got some other pieces that we throw out there. But again, like straight, just solid number one cornerback is Darius Slay. Everybody else, is susceptible to getting beat on big plays. So, I mean, honestly, our secondary unit, listen, it ain't the best. It can be exposed. But again, we're going to see if y'all even got time to throw the ball, because our D-line is going to be all up in Daniel Jones's face.
We'll see about that. AJ Marshall says, the Hub, my thoughts on Corey Ballantyne being waived. So this was earlier today. The Giants waived cornerback Corey Ballantyne. He was a 6th round pick from last year. Guy didn't really show anything last year. When he was in there, he got roasted and toasted. This year, he kind of just, he's one of those guys that fell in between the cracks, wasn't really getting much playing time. He was I think, either kick returner or punt returner at one time. My thoughts, AJ Marshall, honestly, was I surprised we cut him? Yeah, because it was just super random. I go on Twitter and then we're like, oh, we cut one of our cornerbacks. But I'm not worried about it. You know what I mean? I think our cornerback group, quantity-wise, we have enough people back there that it doesn't really affect the team because he wasn't on the field that much. So, I mean, I'm sorry to see him go. Corey Ballantyne had a great story, by the way, Philly Notion. The night he was drafted, he actually got shot. And then somehow, some way, he managed to still make it in time for the season and play. It would have been a perfect story if, he was actually, made something of himself. But 6th-round pick for a reason, you know what I'm saying? Did not go that way. So we got a lot of people in the chat here saying Evan Ingram. What's happening, Philly?
No, I was going to say it'd be like that sometimes. Sometimes you miss on those picks. I mean,
6th round, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's honestly hit or miss at that point. So we got a lot of people saying Evan Ingram's going to get his revenge. Evan Ingram's going to be playing angry. Here's my thing, Philly Notion. I absolutely hate Evan Ingram. I want him off the team. I don't care how good he plays. Like, even last game against Washington, he had a couple of nice catches. I think he had, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he did have a touchdown catch. Whatever the case is.
I stopped by you, bro. That man was lighting it up in fantasy, bro.
Exactly. He was lighting it up. And I'm like, nah, I still hate him. Like, he's too inconsistent for me, and he really did cost us that game. So it's like Evan Ingram could really come out here, and he really can roast and toast y'all again. Because you mentioned it. You're like, if there is a weakness on the defense, it's 100% the linebackers. I said it in my preview video last time. I was like, you know how we win this game? Kill the linebackers of the Eagles by using our tight ends. And we did that. It's just that Ingram couldn't close the deal. He literally couldn't close the deal. So I'm like, he could go out here, he could kill it again. I still want him off the team, bro. I still want this man off the team. Am I too harsh on him though? I'm gonna ask you because you're not a Giants fan, so you're looking outside looking in. Am I too harsh on him? This is 4th year in the league. 4th year.
I think somebody has to reel him in. I mean, somebody has to be in his ear. I don't know what it's gonna take, honestly, but you see that, like, the athleticism, the man has talent also. It's just, again, like you said, that he's got to catch the ball in those critical moments. Everything gets highlighted and defined when you miss that big play that could have won you the game. But ain't nobody saying that when he was scoring touchdowns in your last game, when he did give y'all some production. So
I was saying something. I was like, I still hate him. I will say that. I'm so done with this man. But continue.
No, so it's all about, I think this man, he needs to find some confidence. Once he finds some confidence, I mean, hey, the sky's the limit for Ingram. I mean, again, you see him clearly getting open, on plays after plays. So again, look, it's there. He's got to build his confidence. That's all.
Exactly. Is there anybody on the Eagles that ever made you feel like that?
That's losing their confidence in a sense, or that's
losing their confidence.
Arcega-Whiteside. So we've got a person that we've invested a 2nd-round draft pick in.
And I will say, when he was drafted, a lot of Eagles fans liked him.
Yes, we all believed in him. And, for the past so many seasons, he's not giving us no production. Again, we got Travis Fulgham, who no Eagles on this roster probably had no idea who this man was, but he comes over and somehow supplants JJ, and JJ just looks completely irrelevant on our team. That's a 2nd-round waste of a draft pick, in my opinion. I'm going to call him a bust, and I expect for him to be out of Philly this year. So that's my
kind of just like how y'all took what's his name, Raygor over Jefferson and Chase Claypool last year. Was it last year or the year before? Y'all did take Arcega-Whiteside over DK and AJ Brown.
The reminder, yes, that was, again, some of our Eagle fan base, of course, I look at Howie on that too. That was a Howie move because I don't know what they saw in JJ that they didn't see in DK Metcalf. Even Terry McLaurin was available. There were so many people available that we just said, hey, listen, we're going to take J-Jaw. So that's a Howie move. I ain't been happy with that since. And yeah, JJ needs to get up out of here. We need to acknowledge that as a bust.
Shout out to Engraven Vids, y'all. Y'all need to go over there and check out my guy, Engraven Vids. He's a Ravens content creator. He's amazing, dude. Has a pretty big channel over there as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about 30,000 plus people over there. Team Keep It Clean. He's a super good dude. I've had him on the stream before, actually, before the season began. I don't know if he's still in here. I'm going to try and get him back on the Just Chillin' podcast and do something similar with him like I'm doing with Philly Notion right now. But since Engraven pulled up, one thing I did want to talk about was just general Week 9 reactions around the NFL. You know, so I'm gonna get your thoughts on it. I'm gonna pull up the NFL Week 9 results right now, right? And you know what? Let's start off with Tampa Bay versus the Saints. Give me your thoughts on that game. The Tampa Bay got blown out 38-3.
So my thoughts on the game, of course, you know what? Tom Brady looked like
Jameis Winston.
I don't even know exactly. One of the worst games in Tom Brady's career. Yeah, I mean, it didn't look good. But again, at the same time, you know, I still think the Bucs are going to find a way to get themselves right. And I don't think that, you know, hey, listen, everybody in the league trashed and gave Wentz the business when he put up his garbage performance. Don't nobody say nothing about Tom Brady. Don't nobody say nothing about Russell Wilson when he has a garbage performance. Don't nobody say nothing about Patty Mahomes when he has a, you know, borderline sorry game. So, listen, yes, Carson Wentz, again, he's like the highlight because he's the Philadelphia Eagles quarterback. But again, hey, with that whole Tampa Bay, I thought Tom Brady looked like straight trash. So, it is what it is, but ain't nobody in the league going to talk about Brady looking like garbage.
What about now? Here's the thing. We all know the Steelers were going to beat the Cowboys because we both agree the Cowboys are the worst team in the NFC East right now. But are they going 16-0? They're really 8-0 right now, and they're going into their bye week. What's happening with the Steelers, man? Are they really about to go 16-0?
You know, I'm not going to say 16-0. Somebody going to drop them off. I don't know who it is yet. I got to look at their schedule.
I got you. I'm going to pull it up right now. Here's the remaining schedule, bro. They got Bengals coming off their bye week, then Jaguars, then Ravens, then Washington, then Bills, then Bengals again, then Colts, then Browns. Who's dropping them off? Tell me.
Maybe the Ravens might stand a shot.
The Ravens stand a shot. I agree with you. The Bills also stand a shot.
The Bills, yep.
But I don't know if either of them will actually knock them off.
So, again, like when I even look at the Steelers, right, like they're not really doing anything offensively impressive. I mean, yeah, they're winning games because they got Mike Tomlin. That man's a greedy coach. Big Ben. Listen, he's going to stay in the fight.
Claypool. Yo, you think Mike Tomlin should win Coach of the Year this year with the way he's coaching this team?
I mean, he's definitely front leading right now. I'm going to give it that. He's definitely front leading. He's got Pittsburgh out there playing, you know, and believing. So, you know, yeah, I don't see them as being an impressive world-beating team. Somebody's going to beat the Steelers. It's just, you know, I don't know who it's going to be. I know it ain't going to be us. It is what it is. We already took our loss. But at the same time, look, yeah, I hope somebody does beat them because I ain't trying to hear no 16-0. Nah, we ain't trying to hear that.
So another thing that's interesting, as the NFC East seems to be trending trending upwards, I should say, like the teams in the NFC East are slowly improving. The NFC West, which is probably the best team in the league, the best division in the league, is slowly trending downwards because Arizona has been losing to some teams, man. Arizona lost to the Dolphins in Week 9, 34-31. What's happening over in Arizona?
Hey, well, first off, I'm not going to put that, you know, again, I know Arizona right now, they're a young developing team with Kyler Murray and all that. You know, hey, listen, I think they're going to where they need to go. They're another team that I think is, you know, they're on the upscale. They have some tough games where they lose some, you know, hey, still a young developing team. But
what's interesting is Miami is now 5-3.
That's what I was about to speak on. That boy Tua, hey, listen, he's looking like he's some special out there. So it was a great game to see that. I like seeing, you know, the young quarterbacks going back and forth at it. But yeah, I think the Miami Dolphins also, I think, you know, just with their young developing quarterback, I don't know why they kept Fitzpatrick in so long. I guess it was because they was winning, but it is what it is.
So what do you say to this right here? Steelers are averaging 30 points a game. What do you mean their offense isn't doing anything?
All right, so let me go and explain that. Yeah, you are, okay, getting 30 points a game, but it ain't like they're doing nothing really impressive, gang. Look, I mean, yes, Claypool, you know, look, the man's a talent, one of the best receivers in the league. Your run game really ain't that impressive. I don't know, you know, I don't believe in James Conner. Big Ben, it ain't like he's looking like a world dominant quarterback out there. He's doing enough what it takes to get done. He's trusting his playmakers. He's dinking and dunking. And those playmakers are making plays for him. I don't see them, you know, Big Ben ain't rolling out the pocket, making electric plays, you know, throwing bombs. You know, it ain't that kind of a game. They're gritting their wins out, and that's much respect. That's how they putting up 30 a point or a game because they're staying in the game with fight.
So before we address that, you did talk about Tua a little bit. I just want to ask, who's your favorite rookie quarterback right now? For me, It's not Tua because he's only got 2 games. So
Yeah.
it's definitely between Burrow and Herbert for me. I'm gonna go with Burrow, but I'm gonna tell you, Herbert's putting up way better. Like Herbert just looks a lot better than I thought he would. I will eat crow. I've said it already. I was one of the dudes that said Herbert's gonna be a bust, and he's already proved me wrong. He looks a lot better than I thought he would.
No doubt. I can't argue that. Herbert's been looking nice too. I would definitely, if I had to pick, I'm going with Burrow. Hey, listen, Burrow came in completely as advertised. So we saw firsthand. I mean, and I guess that ain't hard to do this year, but he outplayed Carson also in a sense. So yeah, I mean, Burrow, this man's going out there, I think, with a little more talent that Cincinnati needs. They are going to be something to reckon with, over there in that AFC.
So everybody in the chat so far is going Herbert. And to say something to Herbert, like I said, he's playing a lot better than I thought. He's close. Herbert is actually second in the league right now overall with passing yards as a rookie.
Wow. Okay.
The only person that's ahead of him, I think, is Russ, I want to say. What do you think about that? As a rookie, that's how good he is right now. He looks legit.
I can't deny that. I mean, the man, hey, listen, like, again, the talent is there. A lot of these young rookie quarterbacks that came out this year, I'm shocked with all of them, honestly, just because they kind of just hit the league running. Usually it takes time to develop at least into a franchise or a starting quarterback. But with Herbert, yes, listen, he's putting up some great numbers as a rookie. I believe so is Joe Burrow. Now, when you look at who's Herbert throwing to right now? You got
Keenan Allen,
Hayden
Hurst, Mike Williams.
I mean, so you look at, and then you compare him to Burrow's cast the squad.
T. Higgins, AJ Green,
Mixon.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think it's that far off. I don't think it's that far off, but I will give the edge to Herbert.
No doubt. Like I'd still stick with Burrow just because we saw him and I saw him in form.
Like I'll say this. If this was a conversation about who I expect to have success a lot sooner, it's going to be Herbert. The Chargers are just a better organization. They got a way better head coach. They do have a way better defense. Like, let's not kid ourselves. If it's who's going to have success earlier, it's going to be Herbert because he's with the Chargers.
Thanks.
We got a couple people saying Tyler Boyd is a stud. What do you think about that for Cincinnati?
Tyler Boyd. Hey, did he come? No, wait, he wasn't a quarterback. He was a receiver. I'm tripping. Yeah. So yeah. Tyler Boyd, hey, listen, is he even? I gotta look at his numbers. I mean, I ain't gonna sit here and say Tyler Boyd's all that. I mean, I believe more in T. Higgins right now. T. Higgins is out there doing his thing. So
I love T. Higgins, and I do want to say though, Cincinnati really needs to retire 85, bro. That is Chad Ochocinco's number. They really need to retire that, bro.
Retire it.
So moving on to the next game. Surprising one because this is a blowout, even though the score didn't say it. Seahawks lost 34-44 against the Bills. The score is a lot closer than it actually was. At one point, I think Seahawks were up 17-0 or 24-0. What do you think about the loss and there's just the way that the Seahawks lost to the Bills?
So again, like I credit a lot of this, a lot of these losses that these teams take, it's gonna happen. Some of these teams are gonna, lay eggs out there. It is what it is. We saw Seattle lay an egg. That's exactly what they did. But the Bills, they've quietly been building a team of their own for the past couple years.
They're 7-2 right now.
Yes, exactly. So I'm not, it is what it is. They were just a better team that night. I don't think that speaks a whole lot to Seattle's play. I think that they're going to come back. I don't know who they play next, but they're going to come back and they're going to get a win.
And what do you think about Josh Allen, bro? Because a lot of people, they're fully saying, he's elite now. This was like another game, 31 of 38, 415 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interception. Josh Allen this year has been killing it.
Hey, Josh Allen is looking like the real deal. I can't even knock Josh Allen. Hey, listen, the Bills right now, they did the right thing with picking up Josh. And Josh right now, he's bringing that team, in a competitive form. So
and the trade for Stephon is working out so good.
Facts. Again, Buffalo is quietly building, a contending team to go ahead and come in this AFC. So yes, I believe that the Bills right now, look, Josh Allen is the real deal. Let's go and put it out there.
This is my second to last game that I want to talk about right here. Panthers at Chiefs. Now the Chiefs won, which is what everybody expected, 32-31. But the Panthers had them on the ropes for like 95% of that game. So I'm not even asking about the Chiefs. I'm actually going to ask you about the Panthers. I think they're a lot better than people expected.
Look, I mean, the Panthers, I know they got Teddy leading the ship right now. I mean, the Panthers, I think, are going to be what they are. I don't really see them doing too much just because of the division they're in. What's their record right now? What's the Panthers?
3-6.
3 oh yeah, trash. All right, yeah, I don't see them doing anything. Really, what you got the Saints right now? That's going to probably run away with that.
The Bucks.
And and maybe the Bucks might get a wild card. So I'm not on the Carolina train right now. They still got some things they need to, go ahead and rebuild with. But it's good for them to get Christian McCaffrey back because I think
that was his return game. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that was a big reason for their boost. Without Christian McCaffrey, CMC, oh yeah, they out of there. So
and then with the Chiefs at the beginning of the year, I said I don't see a way that the Chiefs don't repeat. Do you think that they're still gonna repeat, or is there a real challenger to them?
I mean, out the AFC, I really don't see them getting challenged too much, honestly. I mean, but it's possible. I don't know. I don't see the Ravens doing enough to challenge them. So yeah, I possibly see the Chiefs more than likely coming out of the AFC this year.
And do they win it all though?
Absolutely not, brother. You looking at the team right now that's about to win this thing. So you already know who's taking the shit this year, brother.
He had to get that last minute cap in there because I said that was the second to last game. The last game we're talking about was that Monday night game, Patriots at Jets. The Patriots coming back to beat the Jets. I don't think anybody expected it to be that close, 30-27.
Hey, that was a good game. Yeah, I didn't think the game was going to be that close. I thought, pretty much I thought the Patriots were going to go ahead and, take that game. It looked like the Jets are in tank mentality. What are they, 0-9 now maybe or something?
Yeah, they ain't got a single win.
Number one draft pick in the league this year, so they're getting the number one draft pick. Yeah, I mean, but they actually showed fight. So, again,
That game reminded me, that game is like out of 2015 because Joe Flacco looked great and Cam Newton looked great. That's like a 2015 game.
And listen, I smallly pull for Cam also because I know Cam's going through adversity. Like, I always like pulling for teams that are underdogs or players that always get slept on. Right now, Cam's getting slept on, or he was. But, again, it was a great game to watch. It was good to kind of just watch Cam kind of, he was looking like garbage in the first, half of that game. He wasn't really doing nothing. And then just kind of just stepped up in a Cam form and was like, look, let's get this going. And found a way to will his team to a win. So
exactly. So, Philly Notion, I'm going to end off right here. I'm going to ask you to stay after we end the stream. I want to talk to you a little bit behind the stream real quick. But thank you all for tuning in. Shout outs to Philly Notion for coming back on, man. Like I said, I'm going to be on his channel for the recap of the Giants at Eagles. That's going to be that Sunday night. Thank you for everybody tuning in. Giants Opinion Sports, Jaden Dawkins, Schlick, Yvette's, Word, Joe DePlazia, everybody in here, Bobby Murphy. Once again, go down and check out Philly Notion. Before I let Philly Notion do the outro, Joe actually has a last-minute question. What record or how many picks and turnovers will it take from DJ to realize he ate the guy and we need to move on in the draft? Well, what record? 2-14. That if we lose literally every other game. But Philly Notion, do your outro, bro.
Hey, y'all already know what it is, man. Again, hey, I appreciate my guy for having me on. It's always fun. Listen, y'all know what it is this Sunday. We sad that y'all in the way, but y'all know what it is. It's inevitable. We done been doing it, the past 3 years? So y'all know what we bringing out. We bringing out the broom squad for y'all sweeping because y'all know how we rocking it. But, hey, gang, it's all love. I appreciate all the love and support. Y'all already know. Go check me out on my page. Hey, I dish out the troll work. I can accept it too. So y'all know what it is. We going to be rocking after the game. Check me out, Philly Notion. And when you stop by, y'all know what to do. Go hit that subscribe because we rocking it that way. So, gang, y'all stay up. Hey, and until next time, gang, y'all know what it is. Go keep the notion.
Peace.